Seawards learned to think more like an NFL running back. In rugby, a man the size of an offensive lineman can actually be the ball carrier. And imagine the advantage a 320-pound rusher would have over his opponent. Fusaro plans to take a year off after he graduates in May. After that, he hopes to return to his native Phoenix and attend Arizona State's Sandra Day O'Connor School of Law. Coming back to UCLA, we'll move from the pool to the mat. The Bruins gymnastics team has won 19 Pac-12 championships since 1987 and has featured notable Olympic gymnasts like Jordan Weber and Kyla Ross. And this year's team is no different. Marzetta Frazier won silver at the 2018 Gymnastics World Cup, but she truly found her voice outside of her time on the bars and beams. Gabrielle Rivas has more on Frazier's artistic talents that go beyond the mat. Though Lauren, Kaylee, and Darby first encountered each other as high school competitors, they eventually became teammates and close friends playing youth club sports in Arizona for RPM Sand. The premier beach volleyball club not only focuses on training, but stresses the importance of building lifelong friendships, something the trio has found beneficial for their play here at CSUN. Yeah, Marcella, anyone can be blindsided by an unexpected injury or illness. For boxers, injuries are part of the job. That's why 2 champion boxers teamed up to tell the uninsured to go ahead and get enrolled. This Bruins team, however, is in transition. There will be a lot of new faces on the course this season on a team that's being led by freshmen. So the prospect of returning to that level of success might seem out of reach. But as Wills Rice tells us, these young golfers are up to the challenge.
Good morning, get up, get up, get up.
This isn't your typical summer camp.
We've got an obstacle course, we've got tug of war, we do wheelbarrow races, we do potato sack races. I mean, the sports are pretty epic.
This is Lesathlon, a camp for women who like women.
I just had wanted to play some park games with friends, maybe watch a few lesbians do push-ups.
But this event became much more.
It was something in our community that maybe there was a hole or this market for this thing that we really wanted to do, hang out outside with each other and play stupid games and be kind of silly.
A weekend that's filled with competition featuring teams and spectators, giving women like Nicole Upshaw, who traveled from Chandler, Arizona, an outlet to compete.
We heard about it through a friend of a friend. Sounded like a ton of fun, just a bunch of like-minded people hanging out, being athletic.
Yeah.
Until this year, I really hadn't had much exposure to the LGBT community. Putting us on teams and kind of having us going head-to-head at all kinds of different activities and giving us chances to shine brightly in different areas has been really fun.
Fun until the games actually begin.
We beat our arch rivals, the Soccer Bays. I'm really pleased about that.
We're coming for the title next year, 100%.
Yeah, next year. We got gypped.
We got gypped this year.
But yeah.
We're quite angry.
While tensions can run high during the games,
We've got prom parties.
one nostalgic night gave women the chance to reclaim a moment from their childhood.
When I was a teenager, my father used to yell at my sisters to stop wearing their skirts so short and wear less makeup. He was yelling at me to please wear a skirt and please wear some makeup. And it wasn't until late in life that I discovered myself as beautiful, for that I even learned to put on makeup and like the way that I look at it. Not that that's true for every woman. You got to rock your look, whether it's natural, whether it's butch or femme. But for me, it's a celebration of me blooming. I'm 55 years old, and this is the first time in my life that I can say I've never felt more beautiful, ever. It really felt good to throw on a ton of pearls and a dress and just go rock whoever I am, and whatever happens is going to be good.
Another goal of Lesathlon is to give back. This year, proceeds for the event go to Brave Trails, a youth LGBTQ camp.
How awesome would that have been to have, as a kid, this awesome safe space where, there's no judgments and there's no one gossiping about you and there's no one there that's going to make you feel uncomfortable or kind of feel bad about who you're developing into and, who you're figuring out you want to be.
A mission fostered by the older and younger women each year.
I love that it really is a safe place for all women. The mix of younger and older lesbians has been really fun.
A lot of people are still kind of coming into their own identities in their 20s and 30s and 40s or older, and everyone has gone through different things in their lives and has gone on a different journey in terms of finding out who they are and who they want to be. And so I think that just giving people a space to explore that and express that is really important.
And That's what this camp aims to provide.
I hope people leave camp with the sense of community and a feeling like they just went through something really special with other like-minded people, and maybe they have some friends for life.
In Lake Hughes, California, Erica Morris, Cronkite News. Rugby is similar to football, right? Players run up and down the field, bash into each other, and throw an oblong ball. But that's about it. Though some athletes have made the transition between the two, in reality, the games are quite different, and Sean Seawards knows both. In 2017, Seawards committed to play football at UCLA under head coach Jim Mora, but mid-season, Mora was let go. Chip Kelly took over, and Seawards didn't make the cut.
Obviously, football was very serious to me, and kind of just that's all I had done. My entire life until that point had been football. I mean, through like Pee Wee and high school and like all that kind of stuff.
Seawards had a major decision to make. Would he transfer to another school to pursue football, or stay at UCLA to get his degree? Believing those were his only options, Sean got a call from a former UCLA rugby player to try out for the team.
One of the guys on the team came up and said, oh, there's this ex-football player who wants to come in. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's always useful. And then this, sucking great unit comes in.
Like, I had never played before, never really, I'd heard of it, but didn't know the rules, didn't know anything about it. And once you're a part of that team and like kind of see it, you really, really enjoy it, and it's a lot different.
He relied on his athleticism as he learned the ins and outs of an entirely new game.
It's easier to convert people who are previously athletes.
They're super helpful, really cool with me being like never played before, even though we were in college and playing at a Division I level. They were still super helpful and like wanted me to learn. Seawards
learned to think more like an NFL running back. In rugby, a man the size of an offensive lineman can actually be the ball carrier. And imagine the advantage a 320-pound rusher would have over his opponent.
In rugby, it's more about overpowering them rather than them blocking and holding them back. It's far more of a we need to dominate you, and the play continues in that domination.
Seawards says rugby presents a unique atmosphere he never experienced with football.
I like the culture of rugby a lot more. I mean, we do a lot together. In football, you have like different positions and this, that, the other thing. So you're kind of separated, like different meeting rooms, different this, different that.
Rugby's tradition of prioritizing camaraderie has allowed Sean to forge lasting bonds with the teammates he met day one at practice.
Anyone that you like play full games with, like go to war with your friends like every weekend, it's like always builds your friendship.
His teammates, especially Eric and Patrick, are glad Seawards isn't their opponent.
Yeah, it's never nice looking up at sort of your opposite number or another member of the team and you're like, oh my God, he's about 200 pounds heavier than me.
I've seen him hit some people in games, and it doesn't look like a fun experience, so I'm glad I haven't experienced that yet.
Seawards is looking ahead to life after college. He has one more season of rugby, and then going pro could be next.
It's rugby everywhere overseas, so we'll see where it takes me and see how it goes.
Perhaps Seawards' biggest lesson learned is you can't control where life takes you. When one door closes, another one opens, and for him, being cut from his college football team led to a lifelong passion. For Pac-12's Crosstown Stories, Erica Morris.